When will SWO files be processed? We are waiting since September 2023. Now, this was a question posed in the comment section, and in today's video, we are going to talk about why there seems to be a slowdown in SWO nominations, what Manitoba seems to be prioritizing, and what you can do to adjust your strategy. Many applicants under the SWO stream have been waiting since 2023 for a nomination, and the draws for SWO have been infrequent or limited mostly to strategic recruitment initiative. So it's becoming increasingly clear that MPNP is prioritizing in-province candidates, particularly those under the international education stream and the skilled worker in Manitoba stream. Now, if you're a skilled worker overseas applicant waiting for your nomination from the MPNP and it feels like nothing is moving, believe me, you are not alone. Let's start with what we're seeing. Many SWO applicants, especially those who submitted their EOIs in 2023 or even earlier, they're still waiting to date. And recent draws have been limited, focusing mainly on candidates invited through strategic recruitment initiatives. So there are fewer SWO draws, and the focus is really for the SWO that you're seeing. It's really on the strategic recruitment initiative. So unless you were or are part of a recruiting session or recruitment session or have a direct tie to the province, chances are your profile hasn't been touched even as yet. So why might Manitoba be shifting priorities? So I remember seeing in chat forums that I am a part of that some MPNP applicants who sent in an email query about their files, they reported that MPNP responded to say that they would temporarily prioritize the inland applicants who have work permits that were about to be expired. Now, if you should check on this is the MPNP website, if you should check on this, I just did a quick check and I saw September 18, 2024. They have this message. Further to the September 4, 2024 news release regarding the temporary public policy to facilitate work permits for prospective provincial nominee program candidates, Manitoba will accept applicants as of for support letters enabling them that's enabling eligible prospective MPNP candidates whose work permits expire or expired in 2024 to apply for a 2-year Manitoba specific work permit extension. So they were prioritizing those persons under that temporary policy. Now that policy, they were able to successfully negotiate another policy with IRCC. And on April 15th, 2025, that policy became alive in terms of the modalities of it. And so here you go again. They are prioritizing persons whose work permit will be expired in the next 45 days or whom have expired. So this is where it says here. This was recently published. So further to the April 15, 2025 news release, the MPNP will accept applications as of April 22 for support letters under the temporary public policy to facilitate work permits for prospective provincial nominee program candidates, enabling those persons whose work permit expired 2024 or 2025 or will expire in the next 45 days to apply for a 2-year Manitoba specific work permit extension. So obviously they are prioritizing those applicants. Okay, so the thing is, if you don't prioritize those applicants, you'll have a lot of persons who already are in Canada contributing to the economy. They're already inland, settled, established, You don't want a situation where they are out of status and then have to be sent back home. When you look at those who are already outside of Canada and they are not yet established, they haven't given up their work, so they are prioritizing those persons. So whilst MPNP has not released an official policy update about this shift, there are some practical and obvious reasons why this is happening. First and foremost, you have the provincial targets and the federal caps. Provinces have a limited number of nomination slots that is assigned to each province per year by IRCC. So Manitoba may be reserving those spots for those considered a higher priority under the current policy direction. Now, given the new levels plan announced by IRCC, if the province should continue to do the SWO draws on the same frequency as before, what you would have is a case where inland applicants becomes out of status and have to leave the country. Though they are already established in Manitoba, they are contributing to the economy versus focusing on outland applicants who they have not yet given up their life, they have not yet settled in Manitoba. So it doesn't seem to be logical and commonsensical. Sadly, that's not what any SWO applicants want to hear. But realistically speaking, it does make sense. It could also be because of the settlement and the retention. Manitoba is likely prioritizing applicants already living, studying, or even working in the province because the retention is higher when people are already integrated into the community. You have lots of persons who are well settled and well established in Manitoba with their families. They are not seeking to leave. They are well established. Another reason could be the labor market focus. The province is responding to local employer demand, and in-province candidates, they are readily available to fill those roles. When you talk about the program integrity by selecting people who are already contributing to the Manitoba's economy, the province reduces the risk of nominees moving to other provinces after landing. So those are some of the reasons and the obvious reasons that the IES and the SWM, those are the streams that are now leading the priority list. So what does this mean for SWO applicants? Well, here's the hard truth. Unfortunately, unless you are being considered under the Strategic Recruitment Initiative, which is the SRI, example, if you had attended a recruitment session, have some form of connection, your profile may sit in the pool a little bit longer than you have already expected. It does not mean, though, that your application is refused or will be refused. It's just that your chances of selection are lower unless Manitoba resumes general SWO draws. But if you recall, the allotment for the MPNP application allotment has been slashed in two. It's just 4,000 and change that was allotted to the province for 2025. So even that could be a component that will affect SWO applicants, because I'm sure there is more than that number of inland applicants who is waiting in the pool or who is waiting to go through the complete PR process. So when you think of all of those things, what makes sense? So what can you do as an SWO applicant right now? Well, first things first, you can stay active in the pool. Make sure to keep your EOI updated. Refresh your language test or work experience if needed. And you can explore other provincial programs. Consider applying to other PNPs if you qualify. Look at other federal programs like Express Entry if possible. Come to Manitoba. Study, work, or even visiting on a valid permit may open up opportunities under the SWM or even the SWO SRI that can strengthen your profile and get you closer to nomination. It's not the best news to hear, but when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, if they have more than enough of the quota inland, then some would say why focus on persons who are outland who have not already given up anything. It just needs common sense. So You really have to be strategic, not just hopeful. It's clear that Manitoba is, and not just Manitoba, but other provinces as well. They are putting weight behind those who are already in Canada, studying, working, and contributing already to the economy. And it really does make sense in the grand scheme of things when you really think about it objectively. So whilst you're waiting as a SWO candidate, I know it's frustrating, but now is the time for you to rethink your approach, update your profile. If it is expired, make sure to keep it updated and explore what steps you can take that can bring you closer to the province's current priorities. So I know it's not the best of news for you to hear, but I'm just answering the question as usual. So I do thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. If you have any other question, drop it in the comment section. I will answer you. And continue to watch out for all videos MPNP and the PR application process.